If I told you a 3-day vacation to Paraguay could help you legally cut your taxes down to zero, would you believe me? Probably not, right? Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, here's the truth. This is actually 100% possible and legal. See, Paraguay set up their law so that spending 3 days out of the year in the country would legally make you a tax resident of Paraguay. This means that, by law, all your taxes would be due to the government of Paraguay, rather than whatever country you are living in. And guess what the best part is? Paraguay has 0% income tax. No joke, Paraguay does not tax any income earned outside of the country. So if you are a Paraguay tax resident and your money is not being generated in Paraguay by selling to local Paraguayans, you're going to be 0% tax. Which means that you can declare Paraguay as your base residency, have your company in the US, the EU, and all of that money you're paying to yourself via dividends. So 0% tax. That's what rich people do all the time to keep their assets safe and not getting robbed every year by the government who feels entitled to earn their cash. Here at the First Class Citizen, we focus on helping our clients with exactly that, keeping their money safe and in their pockets so they live a first class life. More on that on just a moment, so make sure you watch this video until the end. Now, you might be wondering, how on earth is this even possible? Well, allow me to explain how taxes actually work. Aside from the US, which is the only country in the world with citizenship-based taxation, the rest of the world you pay taxes where you are a legal tax resident of, not where you are a citizen of. The US, again, unfortunately, has the citizenship-based taxation. While you keep the American passport, Americans have to pay tax to the country, to America, even if they live abroad, while they are keeping it and not revoking it. So if you're America, you're watching this, you might want to click off this video because this is not for you. But for everyone else, the global tax system by default declares you to be a legal tax resident of any country you spend more than 183 days inside of. So if you haven't set up legal tax residency in another country, like Paraguay, your tax residency will default to whatever country you are living in. This is why some people are able to lower their taxes by moving to Dubai. You've heard that, right? But the downside is that if they are forced to live in Dubai for 90 days a year, well, they cannot live anywhere else for more than 6 months, 183 days. If you are a wealthy business owner who values his freedom, what happens? Well, you have to live in Dubai 90 days. So you have restrictions or where you can spend part of the year, and that's another form of enslavement. And that's why Paraguay is a hidden gem, because unlike Dubai or the Cayman Islands or any other tax heaven you might have heard of, Paraguay only requires you to spend 3 days every 2 years in the country to maintain tax residency. Not only that, but you have to visit the country once to keep the residency valid. So instead of spending 3 months in an expensive city like Dubai, where the cost of living is anywhere from 4K to 10K, all the money you save in taxes is taken away from you in tourism fees and overpriced apartments. Instead, you can spend 72 hours in a country like Paraguay, where the food is delicious, women are feminine, the culture is still pure, the cost of living is super low, and after a 3-day vacation to this beautiful city, you legally pay 0% taxes on all of your income for the rest of the year. Might sound a bit hard to believe, but I have personally done this myself and not paid a penny in taxes since 2020. And not only that, not only me, but I've helped dozens of clients to achieve exactly the same. Paraguay is the way to free yourself from the enslavement of taxes. People like George, who was making $15,000 a month in commissions as a sales closer, an Irish citizen, he wanted to stop giving 40% of his income to the Irish government every year. We helped him set up his residency permit in Paraguay within 3 days. He spent the next 6 weeks traveling around South America, experiencing Latin America. Then residency was ready. He came back to Paraguay for 1 day to finalize his legal tax residency status, and now George is tax-free for the rest of his life. Not only that, but 2 years from now, he'll even be eligible for permanent residency in Paraguay, which means he now has a 10 years unlimited stay in the country before having to renew it again. Incredible. Just after the permanent residency is granted, you also have path to citizenship. After 3 years of permanent residency, boom, you can apply for naturalization and get a passport in the Mercosur unhurt. Now, while establishing tax residency in Paraguay can be done rather simply with the right knowledge, this is certainly not a one-size-fits-all solution, as your tax strategy needs to be set up in a manner specific to your lifestyle and done by a team of professionals to make sure all the regulatory requirements are met. Which now brings me to how we actually do this for our clients and ensure this is done all legally in a way where they can enjoy a 0% tax lifestyle and not trigger any tax liabilities or alarms with their home country. Before I get there, you might be thinking at this point that this sounds amazing and you want just to speak with me, with someone from our success team, and see how we can help you stop being robbed by the government every year and actually live a 0% tax lifestyle. Well, if that's your case, you can go ahead and click the button below to set up a consultation, a call with my success team. This call will walk you through exactly what's the process, how you can delete taxes from your reality, map out the best setup for you, and really show you how to start making bigger moves in your business now that you'll have more cash to move around and have a healthier credit profile to present to banks for funding, which is another part of our business. If that sounds good, you can click the link at the bottom below and book a call. Otherwise, let's get on how this actually works. The next part of the video, why we're able to legally help you pay 0% taxes when most of the people think that the only two certain things in life are death and taxes. Well, first allow me to ask you a question. When you think of the West, what immediately pops up in your mind? For most people, it's something like crime, high taxes, big corporations controlling everything, politicians that don't actually represent the interests of the people, wokeness, and extreme political corruptness, legal systems, inflation, high amounts of debt, poor education, and I could go on and on and on and on. But when you think of Paraguay, what pops into your head then? Probably nothing, right? Maybe you think, well, where is Paraguay? It's a small village in South America, if you know it's in South America, where nobody speaks English, but the reality is so much better than that. In Paraguay, you're able to do whatever you want as long as, of course, you don't murder nobody and start a drug cartel. But if you're not doing that, nobody will care. What you do? You can shoot guns legally, you can race cars, you can date women, you can build a farm, run a business, whatever your heart desires. It's the modern land of the free. You can get a full course meal at the high-end restaurant for as little, attention, as $22 per person. Imagine the most expensive restaurant in your city. Multiple appetizers, half a kilo of steak, desserts, drinks, several side dishes. This is only $22 in Paraguay. How much would that cost a meal like this in a place like London or Paris? English is more commonly spoken and understood thanks to all of the first-class citizens becoming residents and a fast-growing Paraguayan tourism. The sector is growing, is booming. You can open private banking in Paraguay that don't disclose any of your financial information to other countries since they are non-CRS, which means your money is safe in Paraguay banks. You also get approved for A-level credit cards like Amex Platinum, Paraguayan banks, yes, and Visa Infinite, the Visa Black, just by providing an income of $3,000 per month. Not to mention that if you're staying in luxury hotels and eating at the best restaurants in the city, your cost of living is not going to go even above $2,000 a month. In case you haven't figured it out by now, well, Paraguay is a hidden gem. Anyone that doesn't at least know about Paraguay, I'm telling them, why are you not there? Well, because you're missing out. Ask yourself, how much money would your business make if you had a base set up in a country like this. And you could reinvest your current tax money back into your business. Wouldn't it grow much faster? Wouldn't this give you more freedom? Because here at the First Class Citizen, that's exactly what we do. We help our clients create a first-class life and pay 0% taxes for the rest of their life. 100% legally, ethically, and by the book. If you are a tax resident of Paraguay, you cannot be taxed anywhere else because you legally owe your taxes to the country of Paraguay, where the tax rate is, well, you know it by now, 0. You might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true, right? See, most developed countries have double tax treaties between them. This is a way of protecting global citizens from being unfairly taxed in multiple countries. The way that double tax treaties work is that you only pay taxes to your country of residence. So if you were a citizen of the UK and you traveled to Switzerland doing business, let's say for 8 months, and became a resident of Switzerland, you would only pay taxes to the Swiss government because you are now a resident of Switzerland, not the UK. That's exactly how tax residency works in Paraguay. With the foreigners, just the only thing that Paraguay is 0% taxes. Real interesting stuff, right? People think that cutting taxes is not possible unless you do some shady tax evasion, which is illegal, but tax avoidance is completely legal, and the system is actually set up to favor tax avoidance. Tax write-offs exist for a reason, and as a high net worth individual, not only are you encouraged to pay less tax, but you have a responsibility to do so. Taxes are theft, because if you don't save your business from these losses that you could have otherwise invested in growth, which would create more and more jobs and help grow the economy and help yourself, that's morally ethical. That's also legal. And doing so will help you grow your business and improve your economy, your lifestyle at the same time. And just as a side note, your accountant probably does not know how international tax moves work. Their job is just to file your taxes, look for deductions inside the country, but not a setup with international laws, with double tax treaties. Your accountant helped you set up this kind of structure in your country, but if he wanted to do that internationally, he wouldn't even know how to start. Otherwise, he would have told you, hey, there's a 0% country, Paraguay, but he didn't. So he's not incentivized either, by the way. Like, you staying as a client, it's the best for him. So the best is, yeah, let's get the best possible out of the current system and make some deductions while he files your taxes. But he will not help you set up an offshore company to protect your assets overseas or anything that we are doing at the First Class Citizen. So an international tax strategist and your accountant are two different people. And working with us will give you all the benefits of a tax consultant, a local one. Actually, we have many local consultants and accountants in our team. And as an added bonus, of course, we have all the other ones that play this role in the international scene. So we can take care of things that your accountant doesn't know how to do, but we can do everything that he does for you. If you want to spend time in Paraguay, actually, besides 3 days there, you wanna, for example, live in a luxury apartment, you could get that for 1,000, 1,500 a month. Actually, not even 2,000 you're gonna pay in rent, because the stay, the food, which is even cheaper. For example, a kilo of steak could literally cost you $4 in the supermarket. And if it's not obvious by now that having tax residency in Paraguay is the best move on the table for any business owner in the modern world, at this point you're probably wondering, sounds good, but how do I actually do it? Well, here at First Class Citizen, we specialize in doing everything I just mentioned for our clients. We take care of everything from A to Z, so you don't have to stress yourself and you can spend all your time and money figuring out other things, not this, because this is already easy and streamlined. We'll make sure that you have a legal tax-free offshore structure in less than 30 days from now. We take care of everything from preparing your residency documents, setting up your RUC, which is your tax ID, the local address, connecting you with a Paraguayan accountant, experienced, important, with international tax laws, also setting up your Paraguayan bank account, which has dollars, which has guaraníes, the local currency, that you get approved for the top tier cards. You'll know the requirements for the Visa Infinite Black, the Amex Platinum in Paraguay, that then can also be global transferred to the US, and all of this affordable and achievable for you. We are outlining the pathway to actually getting a Paraguayan passport as well after 3 years of permanent residency, getting land for less than $10,000 per hectare, setting up and thriving in the best neighborhoods where you can, for example, meet a local Latina woman, and anything else you might want to do in Paraguay. We have everything. We recorded videos in the best restaurants, the best hotels, so you can see them before you even leave home. Let's call out the elephant in the room, because obviously a service like this isn't going to be some cheap info product or some bullshit course like that. This is a premium service to set up a multinational corporate structure that helps you legally pay 0% taxes for the rest of your life. This is obviously, there's going to be a bit of an investment involved in this. Obviously not going to be cheap, but the ROI, it is positive. So you don't need to worry. We are not going to charge you $100,000 for something ridiculous like that, but you should do yourself a favor real quick and ask yourself this one question: how much money did you pay in taxes last year, and how much money do you plan to pay in taxes this year? If we could give you a legal solution to never pay that money again for the rest of your life, how much would something like that be worth to you? And if the investment in our services was half of that, wouldn't it be a no-brainer? If sounds good, you can go ahead and schedule a consultation with our success team below. We can see if your values and our values align, if also you are a good fit for our network, and if we are in a position to actually help you. Because we can help everyone. For example, if you have a trucking company in Australia and you want to set up tax residency in Paraguay, well, this is not going to work for you. We won't probably be able to help you. Or if your business is barely doing any money, $100,000 a year in revenue, we probably won't be able to help you. We are not the best fit for you. Another company might. Most of our clients are 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs. Smaller clients doing at least $250,000 a year in profit. Sometimes we are able to help them as well. So if we are not a good fit, to be honest, we have other partners, other companies we trust, free resources that can help you out. Even if we don't work together, we can happily refer you to them and find you a most cost-effective solution while you grow. But if it does seem like a good fit, then we'll invite you to join our services and make a small investment at the end of the call, just so that there's a skin in the game, there's commitment on your end while we provide our service. From there, we'll open the floodgate to a whole new world where you start living like a first-class citizen, where you can get your hands on the best US credit cards like the Amex Platinum, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, without even being a US citizen. You can get passports, you can get residencies in multiple tax-friendly countries like Serbia, like the Caribbean, like Mexico. This will also allow you to fly first class, staying in luxury hotels for free anytime you travel by paying for everything with points. You can gain access to a network full of other 7, 8, and even some 9-figure entrepreneurs and business owners. The possibilities for first-class citizens are endless. So if you'd like to upgrade your reality and become a first-class citizen, go ahead and schedule your intro call with our success team. We are open to a dialogue and see if we can help you if you qualify. So do yourself a favor and click the link down below. We helped over 90 clients the last year, and if you don't want to waste your time trying to figure out this yourself or doing a bunch of research, you might as well let us do it for you. If you're a busy business owner, your time is valuable. So what's really important is actually getting the end result, isn't it? That's what we specialize in, getting you directly to the 0% tax lifestyle without all the hassle in between. We will be educating you on everything throughout the process. You are aware of exactly what's happening behind the scenes, what's the status of your application. So do yourself a favor, book yourself a time. We look forward to speaking with you. How to do that? Clicking the link below. This is Miquel Gironès, and we'll talk to you very soon.